Hey guys, Drifter here. This is going to be an unusual commentary for me because I'm using weapons that I do not like. I played free-for-all, which is another game type that I don't like, using classes recommended to me by subscribers that were admittedly pretty much troll classes here, and I did this to kind of try and understand the way that other subscribers think, the way that other people feel and play this game and their opinions on it. And just using different guns, just playing different game types with no team, I can begin to see where people are coming from when they say they rage quit and when they say they don't like the spawns in this game or these weapons or my recommendations. It starts to make more sense. This is sort of a Call of Duty way to play Devil's Advocate, which is what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to tell you straight up, the Devil's Advocate is always your friend. Now, the Devil's Advocate is not something that's real. The devil doesn't have an advocate, and no, it's not Keanu Reeves and not that little movie. I think, was it William Dafoe was Satan in that movie? No, it was Al Pacino, I think, was Satan. But anyway, the Devil's Advocate is not a real thing. It is a argumentative or logical technique that anybody can use, and it's a very good thing because it helps you understand yourself better, and it helps you understand any particular issue better. Historically, the Devil's Advocate was something that was created by the Catholic Church because, for what most of you may know about Catholics, they ordain saints and bishops and other things like that. But to become a saint in the Catholic Church, you had to be such an awesome person and serve the church and do all these so many miracles. And even if you did all that kind of stuff, they really might not have thought that you were good enough to have a saint. They actually had an official meeting for this to determine sainthood, and in a little court in their own little government here in the Vatican, and they had one priest or sometimes an outsider who would play the devil's advocate. They would represent the devil on this behalf and say that this saint really isn't so hot, they're really not so great, there's something wrong with them, and this was done to prevent groupthink, because the church, whether you like them or not, they're not all stupid, and they did realize that we're all priests, we all live in the same place, we do the same things every day, we all believe in the same God, same religion, same everything. Of course we're all going to have the same idea when it comes to whether this person should be a saint or not, so we need some outside input on this. Even if it's one of our own, it's one of our own that needs to pretend to be so completely radically different that we can back up what we say, that we're not just going to do something completely at random and be unable to prove our decision against, say, a lay argument. Now, the Devil's Advocate today is more like saying, for the sake of argument, I'm going to pretend I believe something when I really don't. And this doesn't sound very fun, it doesn't sound very interesting, but you can pick any particular topic. I'm going to use, key U.S. Political issues here, abortion, gay marriage, taxes, how you vote, how you think, what religion you do or don't believe in, and everybody can argue for the things you believe in. Oh, I believe in this because of this and because of that, and this happens and I can prove this. But it's very difficult for people to flop over and argue against. Why is there no God? Why should women be forced to have abortions? Why do we need to tax this certain income class at this percentage? Why do we need to dump all the toxic chemicals into the ocean instead of spending billions of dollars processing them? And if you can't come up with counter reasons to the things that you're saying or counters to anybody's argument, then your argument is therefore weaker and you honestly don't know what you're talking about. The way that I like to judge a person's opinion is I try and play devil's advocate in a conversation with them. While we're talking, I try and swap sides and pretend to be something else and see if I can get them to pretend to be something else. If they cannot argue for the other side just for the sake of argument, then there's something fundamentally wrong with their understanding. They don't know what they're talking about if they don't understand why somebody doesn't agree with them. Now, let's be very clear here. Understanding something and agreeing with it is very different. I understand different philosophies in life. I understand different religions. I understand different cultures. That doesn't mean that I necessarily agree with them and think that they're right. It's just that I see their point of view and I know why they think the things that they do. And this is how the Devil's Advocate helps you out. What you'll find is that when you pretend to be somebody else, especially somebody so radically different than you, so radically different in opinion, and you have to try and figure out why they think the things they do, it's not random. They're not just stupid. They're not just, oh, herpity-derp, look at me, I'm a Democrat now, and I'm just really stupid, and I hate white people and stuff like that. That's not really the way this goes. It's kind of a Southern politics thing right there, sticking in there. It's the way a lot of people think around here. The reality is that they most often than not have fundamental assumptions about life or property or culture or religion that are just radically different than yours. And by fundamental, I mean the way they believe the world works, the way they believe in reciprocation or lack thereof, the way they believe in a religion or an economy. Just one of these fundamental assumptions that as A goes up, B goes down. Somebody might think that as A go up, B go up. It's just very different. They also have very different means of thinking. Some people think very emotionally. They don't think rationally, they don't think empirically, it's only what they feel. If they feel it's wrong, it's wrong. You can't really go much further than that. Other people are what we would call empirical. If you can't prove it, not real, doesn't exist, don't care how you feel, don't care what you think, don't care about your logic, can't prove it, don't exist, don't care. And then you have a lot of rational people that try and follow a logical construct or a reasonable construct to land at all of their opinions, which I honestly don't understand that quite as well, because they're much better at formal logic, and I'm pretty bad at actual formal logic to explain it. And what I want you guys to do is take the time to do something different. Even if it's just playing a video game, do something that somebody else recommended that you thought was really stupid, or think about an issue that you believe in very strongly, because I would wager that in the last day, maybe two, one of you had an argument or a discussion with somebody about something, and your opinions about it were radically different. You should try and put yourself in their shoes and see if you can figure out why they think the things they do. That doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but it does mean you need to understand where they're coming from, why they believe these things. And when you do this, I promise you that you will be a much smarter, much more well-rounded person that understands your issue and your beliefs much better. And it's very, very important to understand yourself, because without self-knowledge, the rest of the knowledge that you obtain in this world isn't really that useful, because you just don't know what to do with it. And I hope you enjoyed this commentary. Drifter out.